It's time for Damn Good Marketing Podcast. I'm your host, Shelby Clement. From corporate executive to CEO to entrepreneur and the founder of Damn Good Marketing Live, this podcast is all about digital marketing, building a business you love, and creating a brand that's authentic to who you are. So if you're ready for honest, raw marketing conversations that you will not find anywhere else, let's freaking get it. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Damn Good Marketing Podcast. I'm Shelby, and I'm here today to either give you a swift kick in the rear end or chase you off, because I'm here to cut the bullshit and actually get to talking about what's going to change in your life and in your business for you to start utilizing and forget about what everyone else thinks or the opinions they may have of you. A lot of times we have questions about, how do you do certain things, or I can't get over the fear of this, and what if they say something about X, Y, Z of what I'm doing? And all reality is this: you get one life to live, and truly it's what do you want to be known for, and how bad do you want the dream that's been placed on your heart. Recently we had a death in the family, and truly we are still not over it, and I think that that's what's going to prompt this spicy episode for me, meaning as I wrote and read the eulogy at my father-in-law's funeral, I asked myself, what am I doing in my life? What matters and what doesn't matter? And what am I letting stress me out and take me out versus what am I allowing to make me thrive in life? And I understand when you are building a business or, building a brand or whatever, obviously it's not always going to be rainbows and butterflies. It's going to be a lot of ups and downs, a lot of peaks and a lot of valleys. And someone today told me, if your valleys end up being way more than your peaks, then maybe it's something that you need to reevaluate in your life and what you should be doing, and whether or not you should be pivoting or just making some tweaks within your life in order to get those valleys not so frequent. And a lot of times what happens is people just want to live their life and say, like, if I can just make it to this, I'll be fine. Or, when I get to retirement, I can start enjoying it. Or it's okay that I have it made, or I can't make that financial jump. And the thing with all of this is this: I am not asking or preaching for you to make an irrational move or jump. I am asking you simply, what is something that lights your soul on fire that you can do in order to make that jump when it's financially stable for you and your family, or if it makes sense for you? And the thing is, when I talk about it, a lot of people say, oh, it's all or nothing. Absolutely not. Like, for those of you that are new here or that don't necessarily know my full story, I was in corporate and I worked a side hustle in order to build my business the way that I wanted to build it. Yes, I was able to leave faster than I actually thought I was, but in reality, that doesn't mean that I didn't work very early mornings and very late nights. I had two very, very small children. When I left, I want to say William was probably around 6 months. So I had a baby. And so, whenever there's something on your heart and you don't pursue it, what's going to end up happening is you're going to regret it. And so I like to look at life in the sense of, what's scarier than doing something is just not. It's sitting still and staying stagnant and staying comfortable because you're scared of the alternative. You're scared of failure. You're scared of what people think. You're scared of what that looks like. You're scared of risk. You're scared to take the chance and believe in yourself that even if you do fall flat on your face, that you don't necessarily internally believe that you can get back up and go get that job or go do something else to make that income that you may need. And I understand that fully, guys. Being an entrepreneur and building a brand is not for the faint of heart. And truly, it takes, I'm going to say, a savage, because some days I'm like, am I built for this? Like, am I built to continue to keep going and to continue to chase my dreams at the expense of what? At the expense of what? So I want you guys, we're going to dive into ways to make social media work for you in a minute. But I just want you, before this episode kicks off and starts, I want you to ask yourself, what do I want to be known for? What do I want to be remembered by? And am I fully living out my God-given purpose? Because if not, I need you to take a huge step back, check yourself, and say, what does that look like for me? What do I need to be doing? And I want to give you very much so 110% full permission to say, this is what works for me for 6 months to a year, or for the last 7 or 8 years, whatever that may look like for you, whatever that timeline is for you. And I want to give you the permission to say, this is not what's filling my cup anymore. And so you pivoting is okay. And I feel like sometimes, I know that there's ups and downs in my life, and certain things that I'm going through in my life right now is I am looking for someone to tell me that it's okay to pivot to burn it to the ground, to launch something, to do something. And it's us as humans. We all look for that validation, and that's okay. So if you are listening to this and this is resonating with you, I'm giving you that full permission to tell you that it is okay to pivot. It is okay to change. It is okay to quit whatever you're doing if it doesn't light your soul on fire. I'm not saying give up because it got hard. I'm not saying give up because, oh, you lost a client or you lost a contract or you, whatever it is, like those small little things that don't matter. I'm not telling you to give up because of that. I'm telling you to give up or to quit or to move on to the next opportunity that is in front of you and presented to you by God and what you should be doing if it makes sense, not because it got hard. Because if it got hard, no one would be successful. The thing is this. Everything that we do in life is hard and nothing is handed to you easy. And sometimes life isn't fair. Obviously, what we're going through right now. It's some things don't make sense. It will never make sense. We will never understand. But from what I learned in the last week of being completely off of social media, being really like infused in my family and my children, and the loss that we have encountered is this. The small things that I allow myself to stress over do not matter. The things that don't make me happy need to get eliminated. The amount of time I would spend on social media, even though I've cut my time on social media down, needs to again be cut down, because truly, as I was off for that entire week, my content was still running because we had pre-planned it. And the thing is this as well, is you have to surround yourself with the people that take care of you when you are down, that are there for you when you need it, that are lifting you up no matter if something tragic happens in your family or if you are building a business, because that is not easy. You need to surround yourself with what my friend Caroline says is the A friends. There's A friends, A, B, C friends. And I'll have her on here soon to like break those down. But the A friends are the people that are literally there no matter what. They give you the energy when you're no longer in the room with them. They are there to cheer for you even when you need it. You can send a simple text that says, "Hey, I'm like not feeling it today." And right then they're coming back at you. Those are the friends that it could be a while that you've talked to, but still show up when you need them. Those are the friends that cheer loud for you because they're not in competition with you and they truly, genuinely want you to win. Those are the friends that you should have in your life when you're building a business and you're building a brand. And so all these things that I've learned over the last week has been absolutely insane. And I just want you all to know before we dive into this is I'm giving you permission. I'm giving you permission to live your life exactly how you want to. I'm giving you permission to pivot. I'm giving you permission to cut those people out of your life that don't serve you anymore. I'm giving you permission to give yourself grace. I'm giving you permission to be proud of yourself, because in all reality, we are all human. We are all scared of something. We are all scared and uncomfortable of what could happen, how it could happen, when it could happen. But the only thing that you should be worried about right now is that you get one life to live. And how are you going to live it? How are you going to be remembered? What legacy are you leaving? What impression do you want to leave? Do you want to be known as the person that didn't chase your dreams because you were scared to get on stories? Like, if we actually boil that down to, I was scared to show my face on stories because number one, I didn't know what to talk about, or number two, I don't know what people are going to think of me. That's bullshit, because in reality is people just want to know you as a human. So what did you do this weekend? What do you have on your agenda today? What do you want to share with them about your life? What do you want to share with them about the value that you have to bring to the table with the business or the brand that you're building? Yo, there's so many facets that you could go down and talk about, because it's going to build that know, like, trust factor. So the fact that like we say that the opinions of others stop us is mind-blowing to me. Is absolutely mind-blowing to me, because we're allowing other people that ultimately do not matter, dictate our every move. Because what? Social media might say something different of what they may believe. Guess what? They're going to have an opinion no matter what. So what opinion are you going to give them? Are you going to be an inspiration? Are you going to be scared because you're just not going to take the leap of faith and the risk? I'm going to leave you with this before we dive into this episode, is this. There is one person out there waiting for you. There's one person that needs you specifically. I can't do it. Your favorite mentors can't do it. This is somebody that's waiting for you specifically to light their soul on fire and give them the motivation and inspiration to do whatever that is. Whatever it is that you bring to the table, they're waiting for you for that. So I want you to think that through and just do the damn thing, y'all. Life is way too short. Life is too short to worry about the bullshit, to worry about the Karens, to worry about the people that truly do not matter. Do not matter. Okay, let's dive in. Let me get my notes out because we are about to get real freaking spicy, especially with like, I know we're tackling a topic about social media, and I know many of you guys are struggling with this already. And it's how to make social media work for your business without taking over your freaking life. Y'all, I've been there and done that. I own an agency that I truly thought I had to be on 24/7, 7 days a week. That's the same thing as 24/7. And like, if I wasn't, it would fail. It would fail. But I'm here to tell you this. I'm going to start with this very to the point statement. If you are running a business or building a brand, you have to use social media. It is not an option anymore because it is the fastest, most effective way to reach your audience, build trust, and drive sales. If you want to be known for what you do, the fastest way to get to your consumer is no longer the old school way of marketing. It is social media. Whether you are on board and you hire a social media manager, whether you get into our membership, whether you have someone in-house, you have to advertise your business online. Plain and simple. Don't overcomplicate it. Just do it. I get that it can feel overwhelming, time consuming, and sometimes even draining. Literally been there, done that. I still feel it to this day, even though we have systems and processes in place. I'm telling you, it's a different animal and it's a different beast. But when you have it working for you, it is amazing and it can change your freaking life. So let's talk about the good news. What if I told you that you could simplify your entire social media strategy and create all of your content for the month in under 2 hours? Yeah, that's what we're going to be diving in today. So let's make social media simple, manageable, and I dare you to say that it's kind of fun. Okay, so the number one problem that we always hear about is burnout. So I truly like, if this resonates with you, because I feel like it will, but how many of you feel like social media is an endless hamster wheel? You're trying to keep up with the posting daily, responding to comments, creating content, but it feels like the more that you do, the less traction that you get. And here's what I've learned. Social media burnout happens when you don't have a plan. When you wake up every day thinking, oh crap, what do I have to post today? And if you do that, you are already behind. Like, truly, if you don't plan your content, just like if you don't plan your meals, you're not going to lose weight. Just like if you don't plan your days, you're not going to get things done. Just like if you don't plan anything in your life, it will not happen. It will not happen. It doesn't have to be this way, y'all. Social media isn't supposed to run your freaking life. It's supposed to be a tool that helps you grow your business. And that's why we've developed the membership. Truly, like, the membership is so freaking good, and we're going to be opening the doors in January again if that is what you want. But right now, let's just dive into how you can create content in 2 hours. It's the batching, the planning, and the be intentional with your time. Like, truly. So let's break it down step by step. Number one, ask yourself, what are your goals for the month? What are you promoting? What product or service? Are you building brand awareness? Are you driving engagement? If you know your goals, the content that you create will be endless. Truly. The content pillars you need to know is next, like 3 to 5 topics you want to focus on for your brand. For example, if you are a fitness coach, your pillars might be nutrition tips, workout routines, client success stories, mindset advice. These are pillars that give you the structure and make sure that your brainstorming content is going to be easier for you versus if it's harder. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. And then step 3 is when you get down to the nitty gritty. Let's talk about the brainstorming. Let's talk about planning your post, whether it's going to be a video, a carousel, a static, a story, whatever that may look like. Y'all, I'm watching people overcomplicate this step, and it's absolutely insane. So here's some examples. What I always say: behind the scenes, bring people on a journey with you. What is it like to work out? What is it like to pack an order if you're a boutique? What is it like to use you for insurance? What is that step? What is the behind the scenes steps of actually signing on with you for you to have their insurance? Another one is, what is a tip on a how to post? So, like, how to use this, or how to do this, or how to use our service, or how to use this actual product. That is another good one as well. Customer testimonial is so freaking big, y'all. So big, because it's actually showing people what it's like to work with you. And it actually is showing another human being having a review of how it's like to work with you. What I like to tell people is, if you can get a video of this, it's huge. But if you can't, that's also okay. But I would love a video aspect on your client success stories. And then just like, who are you? Like, who are you? Get to know you, your why, your mission, your value, like all of that aspect. That's another topic. They want to build that know, like, trust factor. Who are they working with? Who are they not? Why are they choosing you? And I always say this, and you probably, if you follow me, you've heard me say this multiple times, is the only thing that's making you different from your competitor is you. So, what are you giving of yourself for people to understand who you are, to build that trust, to feel like they like you and know you, to buy from you? Like, truly, y'all, it's mind blowing to me that like people don't want to show the personability side. And if you go to one of my posts recently, it's literally just like a carousel post of different photos of me and my family. It shows I have kids, it shows I love my family, it shows that I'm tired as hell in some of them, it shows that I love Legree, which is that workout, it shows I have animals. Like, it shows those things without me having to say those things. So like, you don't have to like air out your dirty laundry. You can just show people with visuals who you are, and guess what? It gets them to get to know you more. And so, like, for example, if you're on stories, say Instagram is your like platform of choice, and you're on stories and like you're making your lunch, it's going to tell people what kind of food you like. It's going to let them watch you and your like mimics of like, how are you talking? Do you use your hands? Do you not? Do you stutter? Do you say like a lot? Do you say a lot? Those people are going to gravitate to you because they're going to be like, holy crap, that person's human. She's just like me, or he's just like me. So once you have like all of your ideas, it's time to freaking batch create. Like, we don't have time to like put like create each day that day. We have to batch create. So whether that looks like a week in advance, 2 weeks in advance, a month in advance, 2 months in advance, like whatever that may look like for you, I would recommend a month in advance if things aren't changing for you frequently. Number one, if you're a boutique, I would say at most it could be 2 weeks in advance. But if you are any other business, really, even a personal brand, you could actually batch your content out in a month. The thing with it here is this: you have to have a huge master calendar of like, if you're going to have launches, if you're going to have sales, if you're going to do small business Saturday, Cyber Monday, Black Friday, Christmas sales, New Year's sales, Easter sales, like whatever that looks like. You need to know what those things are, so then when you do sit down and batch create, you then can have all of this ready for you to go. Because truly, if you don't, then a month in advance is just not going to work for you. Okay? Cool. Okay, so literally, how can you even batch create your content? You could do video content, you could do carousels, you could do static. A static image is just one photo. Um, Incorporate storytelling. We use Canva, we use CapCut, we use all of these tools to help better ourselves. If you aren't a social media guru, this is also why it's good to be in our membership, because not only do we give you the content there to tell you if it's carousel, tell you if it's video, if it's forward facing video, or if it's actual just behind the scenes video or B-roll video or whatever that may look like, we give you the guidelines of what you need. And so it takes that all that thinking process out of it. And in January, we're adding so much more that it's just going to be a freaking just mind-blowing thing. So I just want you to know, like, if this overwhelms you, this conversation in general, just get through December and we got you in January, because the doors will reopen then. Okay. And then finally, use a scheduling tool. We use Metricool, but there's Later and Buffer, Hootsuite, but also there's Meta. Meta also allows you to plan your content and schedule your content. You don't have to post it in real time. And honestly, y'all, it does not mess anything up at all. It does not mess anything up, because a lot of people are like, well, what if I use a scheduler? Is it going to mess everything up? No, it's not going to mess anything up. This system is something that's going to work because it's going to force you to be intentional, because you're not waking up every day being like, oh my God, what do I have to post? Do I even have the content? But like, spoiler alert, every single one of you listening to this has some sort of content in your phone. Like, truly, like one of the posts I just made that we talked about like 2 seconds ago, all of those are just random photos in my phone of like stuff I know I can make content with. Like, truly, this is going to eliminate waking up and saying like, what do I post today? You've already done the heavy lifting, and now you get to enjoy the benefits. That means get on and engage. That means get on and talk on your stories. That means get in your DMs, have conversations with people, do actual more polls to see what people want to see and they don't want to see. This also allows you to test out your content. Is your community video centric? Is it carousel centric? Is it static? What are the types of content that works for that said platform, where you don't necessarily need different broad strategies for each platform if they are kind of alike. But for example, we tweak our Instagram Instagram stuff a little bit for LinkedIn, because we know LinkedIn favors more of like a one photo kind of thing with storytelling in the caption or just a caption, versus Instagram is more lighthearted and it's actually video. But we don't rewrite everything. We tweak it a bit so it kind of alters to like the consumer we're talking to on each platform, if that makes sense. This approach, y'all, frees up your time to focus on what really matters, like spending time with your family. Like, y'all, you don't get your family forever. So this program is allowing you to truly spend time with your family, be present, not be a slave to these apps unless you actually want to, but like truly you don't need to. These are just tools that can help you market your business, and it's going to help you work on your business instead of in your business, and simply take a break without feeling guilty, because a lot of us are like, if I get off of social media, oh my God, is it going to fail? Am I going to do this? Whatever that may look like for you, I'm telling you, I'm a walking testimonial that you don't have to be married to these platforms 24/7. And here's the best part. When you have a plan and you show up more consistently, consistency is the secret to building your trust with your audience and turning followers into loyal freaking customers. And when you turn them into loyal freaking customers, guess what? They buy from you. And when they buy from you and they like what you have to offer, they're going to tell everybody they know to support you and to buy from you. Y'all, I just yelled at you for a solid 21 minutes and gave you so much good juiciness that if you need to re-listen to this episode, do it, because I'm trying to make it, y'all all understand, as a social media manager and an agency owner and have 700 brands apparently, that I think that's just amazing to have. If you don't have a system in place, you literally would be going crazy and you wouldn't be able to advertise your business. But like, you should be utilizing these platforms to the extent in which they were created. And this can change your life for marketing your business or your brand if you use it correctly. So if this episode resonated with you and you're ready to simplify your social media strategy even further, I've got something special for you. What I want you to do is I want you to DM me on Instagram. It's Shelby Clement, my personal account. And I want you to DM me easy, literally easy, EASY, right? EASY. Yes. And I will send you the link to join me January 8th at 11:30 a.m. Central for my free webinar, Social Media Made Easy, 7 strategies to humanize your brand, show up consistently, and reclaim your time. Because I've been you at burnout stage, want to burn it to the ground, and I have turned a corner, and now I truly love what I do. So we're diving deeper into the system, and I will share even more actionable tips for you to make social media work for you and not against you. I want you to comment easy in my DMs. Comment easy. Like, who am I? Am I even a social media manager? I want you to DM me the word easy if you want the link and you listen to this episode, because I truly want all of this to be easy for you. I hope this episode resonated with you and it was a firecracker. Remember, your life is short and you only live once. So what do you want to be remembered for? And if you have a dream that's on your heart, I want you to chase it, because social media is not everything, but it also can change your life if done correctly. I love you all. And until next time, as always, let's freaking get it. And that's a wrap on another episode of Damn Good Marketing Podcast. Thank you all so much for being here. Make sure you comment, review, share it with a friend. Come back next week. And until next time, let's freaking get it.